Today we are doing something a little bit different. I thought that we could have a little bit of a sit down video together so I can share what I learned last year and kind of what I'm bringing into the new year this year as well. I think it's really important to reflect on where we've come from, our growth journeys, and that to me is something that I love to talk to about with other people. So one of the things that I'm definitely bringing in from last year to this year is the understanding that it's okay to have different perspectives than somebody else. Now, previously, I would have wanted to have the same perspective as someone to the point where I would agree with them. And I've come to learn that actually it's okay. It's okay to have a different perspective to somebody else because you are able to have a healthy debate and understand where the other person's coming from. And it gives you more talking points. You're able to have more of a conversation. I mean, how boring would life be if we all just had the same perspective? We all like the same ice cream. And I know that's kind of a very small example, but it's important to have those conversations that challenge each other and to push each other forward. The next thing I've learned is that actually kindness and gratitude changes your life. And this should be said without going, like, kindness is everything. I want to always show people kindness, and you know what, if someone is not kind to me, then I will show them more kindness because maybe they're just having a bad day and it's kind of their work that they need to do inside themselves. So I always try to be grateful for all of the small things and recognizing actually there's so many things that we can be happy about, there's so many things that we can be grateful about. So it's important to recognize those and show them towards each other. Even like small notes. I am a sucker for notes. So if somebody that I work with or my family give me a note or a kindness message, like that to me just makes my day. And I think we need to go into this year thinking of small ways to make people smile and small ways to make them happy because that just brings joy to the world. Okay, point 3. I think it's so important to invest in yourself. Now, if that means finding a hobby that you enjoy, finding something that you can thrive at. For me, that's dance. I love to dance. I do it 2 times a week. And when I'm dancing in the dance class, I don't think of anything else. Like, I literally don't think of anything else. And it's so refreshing to just go there and focus on something that I enjoy. And that might be for you the gym, or it might be a cooking lesson or a recipe book. I think it's so important to invest in yourself and to not only for the health benefits, but thinking about your mental well-being and your health and your brain. When I'm feeling really, really low because of work, it's those things that can sometimes be the first to slip, but I force myself to go because I know it's good for me. And I go and I'm just so grateful that I did go. So I would say definitely investing in yourself. Okay, that kind of segues easy into walking will change your life. I mean, okay, walking. I think we don't value walking enough. Walking in the morning, walking after you get home from work, just walking in general, we don't value enough. It's so easy for me to jump in my car and go to the shop, but actually walking to the shop, parking a little bit further out and just prioritizing walking is definitely something that I'm bringing into this year. It's something that I'm going to make the small changes to have more peace and more time to just enjoy nature, enjoy the scenery. Okay, the 5th thing that I learned this year was that it's okay to walk away from people that don't serve you. There are so many people that think that you owe them something or that are not kind or don't value the same things as you, and often we keep people in our life because we feel like they're in our life for a reason, or we want them always to be in our life. But it's important to know that it's okay to walk away, and it's okay to think that they were here for a season of your life and now that chapter has closed and it's okay to move on. You are better and we are worthy, and we are worthy of going into 2024 with people that support us, that cheer us on, and who are our biggest cheerleaders because they make us want to do more, and we should be surrounding ourselves with people like that. And so again, that segues into finding a community of like-minded people that have the same hobbies. May not be all of them, and you may find different communities that serve different purposes. For example, I have my dance community, but it doesn't mean that they do all the other stuff in my life. Then I have my besties from childhood school. They're going to be like the ones that you can go for late night chats and sleepovers and all of that kind of stuff. But yeah, there's community in everyone, and finding that community, and maybe you have different communities for different parts of your life, and that's great. We should all be trying to find communities that lift us up, make us become the best version of ourselves. Number 7, this is something I always say, and it's your comfort zone will keep you stuck. No matter what you say, if you are comfortable, it provides an easy life, but it doesn't mean you're growing. It doesn't mean that you're challenging yourself and you're pushing the boundaries. And I think sometimes we stay in our comfort zone a little bit too long, and I'm guilty for it as well. I'm literally guilty for it. For example, let me say, I enjoy teaching in Key Stage 1, and so I would happily stay in Key Stage 1 for as long as possible. And if someone said, oh, why don't you move up to upper Key Stage 2? At first, it feels uncomfortable. It feels like the world is changing so quickly, but that's okay, because actually you're going to grow. You're going to grow with that change. So I would say keep pushing boundaries. Try not to stay stagnant. Try not to focus on what people are thinking, because we're trying to challenge ourselves, and the only way we're going to get and better ourselves is to push past those boundaries. Now, this one is one that took me a little bit longer to come to grips with. And that is that freedom and happiness comes from being disliked. Now, I know it's not nice to be disliked. I hate being disliked. Like, it's the worst thing. But actually, I've come to realize if someone doesn't like me because I have a different perspective as somebody else and they don't like me, that's okay. Again, it's okay to not be liked. If they're rude, I'm not going to like that. But if they just don't like me, then okay, I'll go about my business, and I'll still treat them with kindness, but it's okay to be not liked. It's okay. Okay, number 10, actions move the needle forward. Now, I know we all want those goals, and I know we all have good intentions and habits, and even I have good intentions and habits. For example, I do want to get a little bit more fit so I'm not out of breath walking up a steep hill, which I have been, but I have those goals and intentions that I'm going to get a bit fit. But if I don't do anything, and if I sit here and I just sit here and I don't go to the gym, or I don't go and do my exercise, or I don't put the time in, then how can I expect results? It seems revolutionary, right? Like, it's not anything new. It's not anything new that we've been told. But sometimes we get disappointed that things haven't been moved forward, but we have to take those steps. And sometimes maybe it's because there's something else that's blocking that. And so, for example, if I want to be able to do my intermediate ballet, I have to practice. I have to put in the work to get better. Olympic athletes have to put in the work to get better. Otherwise, they're never going to be the best. And so we should always be putting in the work for the things that we want to work towards. Change comes from the small habits built on top of each other that move the needle forward. Okay, next one is so precious to me, and I want to be the sister that my siblings look up to. Like, I want to be that person. I want to be the person that they're thinking, like, she inspires me, she makes me want to be the best person of myself, she challenges me, she supports me. And so I'm always thinking about ways that I can be the sister that they do look up to, because at the end of the day, I am the eldest, and I should be inspiring them to anything that they want to reach for. And on this channel, I kind of want to do the same for you guys. Like, I want to be that person that inspires you, that you can look to for inspiration and have conversations. I want it to be a two-way street. Like, I want to have conversations with you guys. I want to know your dreams. I want to know what you're working towards, because that to me is building a community, and a community of people that just cheer each other on. I just love it. It just makes me so happy. Okay, embrace delayed satisfaction. This is so important, and something that I learned last year. Actually, I got really good at not spending money. The year prior to that, I was spending. I was buying things from Amazon. I was buying so many clothes. I was spending like there was no tomorrow. And last year, I took a step back and realize, actually, why am I getting those stuff? Like, what am I getting it for? Is it because I just feel happy when they come? Because half the things that I'm buying, like, I'm not actually using once I've bought it. So I took a step back and realised that actually, okay, delayed satisfaction. If I really want something, then I'm still going to want it in 10 days, a month. And if I still want it then I'll buy it. I think now we're in a habit, especially with Amazon. Oh my goodness. When I went to Charles's mum's house, she bought something on Amazon in the morning and it was there the same day. In what world can we order something online and it be there the same day? I was mind blown. So yeah, I think just taking a step back and thinking, do I actually really want it, or is it just because I want the new trendy thing? I think it's really important to just pause and see if it's actually going to make a difference to my life. And if it is, yeah, like obviously I'm going to order it. But yeah, pausing on delayed satisfaction and making sure that I wait for something that I really, really want. I don't even know what number we're on, but the last point that I want to make is that failure does not mean that you're not good enough. If you fail at something, it doesn't mean that you can't do it. It does not mean that. And last year I realised, okay, there are some things that I'm not that great at, but I'm not going to give up, because you have to fail to see success. You have to fail in order to push past. And the people that want something the most, will push past that failure, will try again. Think about, again, if we go back to athletes, how many times do they fail at a skill but keep going? And when they get it right, they go again and they keep going, because they know that actually you have to become a master at the skill. And so that's something that I'm taking into this year and I'm bringing forward with me. And particularly, again, with the YouTube channel, if I create a video and it flops, that's okay. I go again. And I'm just going to keep going again and thinking about how I can become creative and how I can challenge myself, and not really thinking about, oh, it's going to make me look bad. No, I'm not going to be judged on trying to achieve something. I'm just going to keep trying. And yeah, we're going to go on that journey together. So with that being said, I just wanted to remind you that on Tuesday, we're going to be baking cookies together. Well, I'm going to be baking cookies. And if you want to join the live, you can. It will be great to hear you and see you there. You can bake cookies if you like. You can just join to chat. You can cook your dinner. I don't mind. Whatever you're doing then. It'd be nice to have you around. But if not, I shall see you in the next video. Bye, guys.